Hello ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you will see this video with me using this mic, because as some of you might know, there's been some problem with my MacBook, so hopefully that is fixed now. And as you probably have seen in the title, this video is the shoutout ASMR, which I have promised. And I realized the last video I forgot to say that for the next couple of weeks there will be one upload every 2 weeks, or that was my intention, don't you worry, because I found a job, so I don't have to worry about, making the time to do this. So we're back in business weekly. But I just want to apologize because it was my job informing you and I didn't inform you. So we got some people I would like to shout out today. And first of all, I would like to release some missing posters for some of my friends, or some of my subscribers, because I don't know, Isabel, I haven't noticed you haven't either commented in a very long time. I'll just, it's fair if you don't want to watch my channel anymore, that's fair. But if you're still alive, give a little hello. So you also got your shout out. And then the cute girl, haven't commented, but she's been very loyal, so I think that she would still want a shout out, so you can watch her channel. She actually does some pretty good ASMR. She doesn't upload that regularly, but if you watch me, I don't think that's too much of a problem for you. So let's get straight into it. And I have my phone here with the names. Oh, going all wrong. Okay. So I think we just go. And also, can we just say something? The last video, as you can see here, and one of my other unavoidable ASMR said the lo-fi was so tinkly, and another video where he it just saw I have disliked his comment. That was a mistake, but yeah. And the reason why that's kind of big for me is because if you look, it's not just any large YouTuber, it's the YouTuber I watch every single video from. So it's kind of special that he would do it, because it's a guy I watch regularly. So enough yapping, let's get straight into the different shoutouts. So I'm just gonna, everybody who commented on the video, you are in this video because now the table catches, okay? That's a Danish saying. So first of all, we got Jobbe 6188. Jobbe 6188. And he's one of my real life friends, so I'll just shout him out his real name, which is Villas. So Villas. And then we got Unavoidable ASMR. Unavoidable ASMR. Unavoidable. And I'm not just gonna do a shout out, I'm gonna use your names as like trigger words. I hope that's fine. So well, you can't say no, so it is fine, okay? Why is it so I think that should be better. I don't know why it was so cloudy. Unavoidable ASMR. Unavoidable. Mr. Unavoidable ASMR. Unavoidable ASMR. And I'm gonna switch between soft-spoken and just, whispering. So, yeah. Unavoidable. Then we got Faith 127. Faith 127. We got Faith 127. Faith 127. Faith 127. Faith 127. Faith, oh, it's actually Faith V, Faith, and then a V afterwards, and then 127. So Faith V 127. Then we got my boy, we got Zach Lewis, my boy. Oh, it's actually Zachary. And I think that's kind of funny because you also say fuckery, so I think Zachary Lewis. Zachary Zachary Lewis. Zachary Lewis. Zachary Lewis. Just. Zachary Lewis. Zachary Lewis. Zachary Lewis. Zachary Lewis. Zachary Lewis. Zachary Lewis. Sack. 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 The whole city. Then we got my girl. Actually, that's kind of funny because I think there's a very good lo-fi ASMR artist you should check out. His name is ASMR Centrado. I think he's a Hispanic YouTuber. And I actually saw my girl B, right? I saw her comment on one of his videos. So this is to you, B. Let me just say, you got a very keen eye for good ASMR. What can I say? So yeah, I just thought it was funny because, you know, one of my subscribers also is a fan of one of the channels I'm a fan of. So I think his name is ASMR Centrado. Yeah, it is. Go subscribe if you like lo-fi rapid ASMR. So yeah, XNE. Oh, how's the pros? Xeni B, Xeni B, Xeni B, Xeni B, Xeni B, Xeni B, 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 X A X or H X N N I E B. So I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. So Xeni B. That's the best I got. Xeni B. Xeni B, 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 B. Xeni B, Xeni B, Xeni B, Xeni B, Xeni B, Xeni B, Xeni B. Xeni B, 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 B. Then we got Sean Eyes. Sean, I was like, Shane, I guess I must swear I'm illiterate. Shane Eyes, Shane Eyes, Shane, 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 Shane. Hello, Shane. Eyes, 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 Shen eyes, Shen. No, I'm even more illiterate. It's just say Shanner eyes. Oh, so it's S-H-A-N, and then it's not an E, it's an R, which I didn't notice between the eyes, you know. So Shinner eyes, Shinner eyes, Shinner eyes, Shinner eyes, Shinner eyes, eyes, eyes. I should probably have, you know, practiced a little bit with the names before I made this video, but there's nothing we can do. Shane, Shaner. I'm just gonna call you Shane, okay? Your name is what I tell you, okay? So now your name is Shane Eyes. Shane Eyes. Shane Eyes. Then we got Miss Allison from Alabama, which I've always wanted to visit, actually. I think it's a lovely place. When I was in the US, I was in Buffalo, and because I landed in York to visit my half-brother, which was a Marine. I don't know, some of you might know that time where some guy thought I called, or I said the N-word, but it's a Danish word, you know. So that's quite a very funny story. But yeah, Allison, 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 Allison from Alabama, Allison from Alabama, Allison from Alabama, Allison from Alabama, sweet home Alabama. Allison, 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 and her YouTube name, Boilin' Babe, Boilin' Babe, Boilin' Babe, Boilin' Babe, Boilin', but it's not boiling as in water, it's like a bowling, kind of like, but not bowling as that type of way. I don't know, guys, that's just how it's typed, okay? So boilin', a babe, boilin' babe, 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 boilin' babe from Alabama. This slowly begins to sound like daddy ASMR. I don't fuck with that. I only fuck with mommy ASMR. If you know, you know. Boilin' babe, Allison, Allison, Allison. Hello, Allison. Good Allison from Alabama. Good night, Allison. Good night, Allison from Alabama. Allison, 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 Allison from Alabama. Beautiful. Then we got Asia. Asia, not the continent, but a name, but it also happens to be a continent. Asia, 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 Asia. And Athir Summary, Athir Summary, Athir Summary, which is her YouTube name, or his, I don't know. Asia, Asia, Athir Summary, 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 Asia, Asia, good night, Asia. Actually, I forgot to say good night to the other ones, but don't worry, you'll get a good night. Good night, Vilas. Good night, Jabbu. 6188. Good night to you. Good night, Mr. Unavoidable. I hope you have a great night. Faith V127. Good night to you, sir. I hope you have a wonderful sleep. And my boy Zach, you gotta be sleeping like a log. Otherwise, I'm not happy. You gotta sleep like a log. He had one of those good sleeps. And then my girl B, I hope you sleep wonderful as well. Sleep wonderfully. Then we got Shinner Eyes, or whatever the fuck his name is. Shinner Eyes. Very good night to you, sir or miss. Very good night to you. And then we got Allison from Alabama. Oh, I've already said good night to her, so good night once again. Then we got Gordy. I didn't realize because he changed his profile pic. Better known as Wario. Wario arc is over, but it's still Wario in my head. But yeah, Gordy. I don't know if I pronounced it right. I don't know if it's supposed to be mentioned like in a Hispanic accent, like Gordy, 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 or Gordy. One of the other. Gordy, Gordy. Gordy, Gordy, good night, Gordy, good night, Gordy, good night, Wario. I hope you sleep well, Wario. Gordy, 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 Gordy. Wario, 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 Wario. Oh, he doesn't say wahoo, he says Wario. And then it's me, Gordy6000, which is his YouTube name, so I'm gonna be so bold as to, assume that his name is Gordy, since, it's me, Gordy. Then we got 8 Mums a Camo, 8 Mums a Camo, 8 Mums a Camo, 8 Mums a Camo, 6592, 8 Mums a Camo, 8 Mums a Camo, 8 Mums a Camo, 8 Mums a Camo. He's also one of my best friends in real life. His real name is Alexander, but we call him Amen, as in A and then man. Amen, 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 Amen. So good, Amen. Good night, Amen. Good night. Good night, Amen. And also good night, Gordy. You must sleep beautifully. Yeah, Amen. Good night. Good night, Amen. 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 Good night, Alexander. I also say Alexander because then somebody watching the video that didn't comment on the last video will still be like, oh, he said good night to me. I did. Good night, Alexander. Good night, all of Alexanders watching this video. Amen, 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 amen. Amen. Good night, amen. Then we got Dean from Ireland. Good night, Dean. Dean, 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 Dean. Good night, Dean. Good night, Dean. Good night, Dean. And his YouTube name is Jazz He Edits 0. So it says he 2 times. I don't know if that's like a Michael Jackson reference. So yeah, Jazz He Edits 0. Does he actually have any videos? He does not. Who's that? It's like that I think that's XXX Tentacion. Well, good night, Dean from Ireland. Good night, Dean from Ireland. Good night. Good night, Ireland. Good night, Ireland. Good night, Ireland. Good night, Dean. Good night, Dean. Dean from Ireland. 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 Good night, Dean. Hope you have a wonderful rest. Then we got the last one. Oh, actually, also, good night to you, Isabel, if you're still watching. And good night, the cute girl. Also, hope you two have a very wonderful sleep. Am I missing anyone who didn't comment? No, I think that's all the ones that comes to mind. Then we got Tay Shoemaker. It's like it's SCHUIT, so it's like shoe as in Schumacher, as the Formula 1 driver from Germany, but it says shoe and then maker, so shoemaker. Good night, Ty Shoemaker. Good night, Ty Shoemaker. Good night, Ty Shoemaker. Good night, Ty Shoemaker. And his real name is, shout out to Phil McCracken. Like McCracken, that's such a fucking cool name when you think about it. That's like it's like a pirate name, kind of like Phil McCracken, because I think like of the Kraken as the the urban legend. Good night, Phil. Good night, Phil. Phil McCracken from England. Good night, Phil McCracken from England. Which actually makes sense. His name is McCracken because if you're from England, then you definitely McCracken some skulls. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're from South London. Good night, Phil. Good night, Phil. Good night, Phil. I think it's so funny with England. It's like divided in mannerisms, because then you got, on the other hand, you got a huge knife epidemic, which is like a really serious problem, and then the other hand you got the classical posh queen and king behavior, right? So good night, Phil McCracken. I hope you McCracken some good sleep. Good night, Phil. 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 And then I also promised Imam to come on one of his friends, Andreas Dam. 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 I pronounce it differently because I pronounce Dam in Danish and then Dam in English. So good night, Andreas Dam. Good night, Andreas Dam. I don't know him personally, but I think he must be an absolute amazing individual. So good night, Andreas Dam. Good night, Andreas Dam. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday to you, Andreas Dam. I wish you the best of best. Good night, Andreas Dam. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night, Andreas Dam. And I think that was pretty much everybody. You guys got your shout out from multi-million subscriber ASMR artists like myself, and you also got your names as trigger words. The only thing that I pray to is that when I turn this video off, it doesn't appear as corrupted as some of you might have seen in my community post. I don't know why it is. I tried to delete everything and restart my computer and also give it the newest software update. So, there was one that didn't work, but it was like an hour long. So that might be the case. I hope if 20 minutes it doesn't get corrupted. Please. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to play some Resident Evil 4 because I've gotten into the most outrageous Resident Evil fanboy phase, okay? I have all of them, all of the PS5 versions. And I love Resident Evil 8. I don't know why the hate was on it. I think it has such an atmosphere. It's like an even more brutal version of the 4, and I'm playing 4 right now, and I, as soon as I saw Leon, I knew it was gonna be a banger. I knew it was gonna be a banger. Leon is I'm a straight guy, okay, but Leon, he could get to fuck me, okay? Only singular individual. Leon is the most badass motherfucker ever, but I would never take him away from Claire. Claire deserves him, not Ada. Fuck Ada. Loki. So, but I saw her that she was in the DLC, so clearly she didn't die in Raccoon City. So guess there's always something. But other than that, guys, there really isn't too much to say except thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I see you next time.